won. And I would love for everyone to get their press pass today.
Often in schools, we forget that there's a whole person that we're trying to teach. Instead, we simply try to get content into them. What games do is they create an invitation for you to become someone you might not be able to become in the real world.
Think about what you're doing in this game and use it when you're writing in history.
We know from teaching and learning theory and what we know about video game design to create powerful learning experiences for kids in schools. Game design to create powerful learning experiences for kids in schools.
As education funding continues to be cut, taking students away from the classroom isn't always a practical response.
If I wanted to go do a real-world trip out to a park, I need to get money for the buses, I need to get insurance, I need to get the permission from all my other teachers to let me out of their classes. Then when I get there, the odds that there'll be a scientifically interesting problem that we can have a kid actually solve are very minimal. Where in a virtual world, I can do all that.
Unfortunately, in urban education, too often students are further alienated from authentic problems by being given sort of drill and skill, preparing them for a standardized assessment. Quest Atlantis provides that opportunity for us to give students authentic real-life experiences in the classroom through a virtual world.
Transformational play is about positioning kids as protagonists in stories in which they have to learn academic content in order to make decisions and transform those fictional worlds. So in a very real way, what you know, what you can do, and who you become are all intertwined. So as I do something, things change, and it changes my opportunity to do more. And the way they change teaches me about the concepts that I'm learning, but it also teaches me about who I am and what I can do with academic content if I'm given an opportunity.
Remember we said missions are kind of like levels? And so each level has different tasks that you need to perform.
When a student enters Quest Atlantis, the first thing they do is create their avatar. Students love this because they get to choose their hair, their skin color, their outfit. That identity grows and evolves as they go throughout this 3D world. They can become a scientist, they become the archaeologist, they become a reporter. And as they accumulate more of these learning experiences, their identity within that space grows and they become more empowered about what they can do with that information.
Our student body at ASU Preparatory Academy in Phoenix is made up of predominantly free and reduced lunch students. So we have a particular challenge in creating a context that gives the students an aspiration to go to college. Quest Atlantis gives them something that allows them to be the center of problem solving. It allows them to be the architects of a future that they may never have realized because suddenly it's present for them in a very real and a very fun and engaging way.
So the key is can you still follow these rules and be persuasive? That's what you're going to be looking at for today.
Not only do the students have avatars, but the teacher also has an avatar.
They don't know it's the teacher, they think it's Scoop the editor. I can grade their papers, I can look at it. Quest allows them to have immediate feedback because it happens right there, they see it right away. They are clicking on a person that will give them good directions or will say, sorry, I don't know anything, you've asked the wrong person. So they can redirect and correct as fast as they made the error.
We're more of a facilitator than a, you need to do this mission today or you need to do this task today. Instead, it's have fun, enjoy it. This is English class, you should have fun.
I can't read it.
I know I don't know anything about playing video games, but I know deep in my soul that this is the way we have to get to the kids, so I can't let my fear of using it hold us back.
It's quite unheard of as a previous teacher to think that my students would be rushing home to immediately log back into a school activity and continue it, but we found that they do on average spend 4 to 5 hours a week outside of class time working on these things at home.
And what the data is showing us is that kids are learning deeper, learning more content, retaining it better over months, and they're engaged more deeply.
You need to pick 3 pieces of evidence that are going to best support that reason. I'm hearing changes in the way that they talk to each other and to me, which is amazing.
Quest Atlantis gets the students that are even the most resistant to learning to actually get involved and get motivated.
There are several kids that we haven't been able to get anything in their journals. It's like squeezing your turnip. And they're the ones really going gung-ho on the game, and they are writing more than they ever have.
It actually helps you a lot in persuasive writing and techniques for the writing.
I've learned I'm a better writer than I thought I was. Now I know what I need to do to write very well.
I think it's really fun. Honestly, it doesn't feel like school.
We've been trying to make narratively driven games about characters, about people for a long time, but they've never had a very particular focus the way that this project did, and they've never executed it as well.
What we're doing here is good science and can really help us understand learning at a fundamental level, but also work with game design crews to make sure that the way that we're doing persuasive writing in the game will be exciting to kids, will engage them to think more deeply about what we want them to learn.
We started in a Boys and Girls Club in southern Indiana with about 10 children, and it's now grown to about 65,000 all over the world.
The future that I see for Quest Atlantis is expanding how we teach writing, expanding how we teach science, expanding how we teach mathematics, so that our students really begin to see those real-world applications and they become excited and engaged in a way that gives them a picture of what they might want to study when they go on to the university.
What we could create could make the lives of millions of kids so much better because they could have this empowered passion.
It is going to be easier when I grow up to be able to make a change, because I know this is just a game, but since I already did it in a game, it's going to be much easier to actually do it in real life.